there's a lot of Swedish people working in Norway, especially in the summer. There's a lot of tourists, and there's a lot of like in Oslo and also in Tromsø, in restaurants. It's mostly of the waiters on the restaurants are the Swedish talking.
Yeah.
So that's a kind of summer jobs for them. Yeah, also during the winter when it's season for cod fishing, it's a lot of Polish peoples and also some Russians and people from Eastern Europe are here to make earn money during the winter because we need more people during the season. I think we have enough workers, but it's the social system in Norway is too good because they go to the doctor and says I feel pain in my arms, pain in my back or something, and they get money from the system. It's too good system. Yeah, and also it's like working with fish. It's they, some Norwegian people they don't want, but they get dirty. They got fish blood and stuff that. So they don't want to do this job because they got enough money from the social system to live. It's kind of capitalistic because of this is because of the Norwegian people are working and the people that are working they pay taxes. Yeah. And there's tax money that is used to pay the employment people and Norway is a rich country and everything is very expensive and it's not same as the Soviet system because you don't have normally you don't get a free house. You don't have you have to pay for everything. But if you have something that keep you away from work, like if you are kind of sick or then you got money because you can't work because you're sick. But you have money, you got money from the system, but you still have to pay for your apartment. You have to pay for everything. You don't get a free house. You don't get anything for free. You can earn the money from the system if you don't can work because of illness or. I used to say if you're lazy, you doctor and say and complain you have feel bad for something, and then you got the doctor says this person can't work, and then the system have to give him money because to live. Well, when I was young, it was during the Cold War, so everyone thought about the Soviet system as an possible enemy because. Everyone was afraid for nuclear weapons and stuff like that, and Murmansk is the biggest, very big navy base in Russia. It's very close to the Norwegian border, and the Norwegian authorities told us to it could be very dangerous if they use all their weapons, and well, this is. Politics. Well, today I was not afraid this last year, but now most of the Norwegian people are thinking, what is Putin doing? What's happening? Why is doing this in Ukraine? And you see, there's a lot of much more military activity in the Barents Sea and. He's not doing anything wrong to us, but why is he? Everything is it's more of military activity than it was the last years. Maybe he's just showing his muscles. But if Russia want to take Norway, it took him one day. Then it's we are all Russians. So Norway is a small country, small population, and small navy, small everything is. That's the dangers. Because if something like that happen, the NATO is going to come in, and then we have the World War III. Everyone knows about as Olavsvern and it's Håkonsvern. We have 3 or 4 bases, big old submarine bases in Norway. So but it's no secret in Norway where they are. Like I will tell you, my first time I was in Murmansk, we was for delivering fish. When we were sailing in the Murmansk fjord, we had to have a pilot on board. And then all my crew was coming up outside and taking pictures. And the pilot says, no, 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 no. That was an old pilot. And when we were leaving Murmansk, it was a young pilot. I think he was around 30 years. And then we was Severomorsk was the name of the city. Yeah. And when we was close to Severomorsk, then I asked him, can we take pictures? Just take a picture as you because United States knows more about Severomorsk than I do. Yeah. Like when the Soviet Union was fall down and it became Russia and all the other states, because everything was owned by the Soviet Union, and then there was a few persons that realized that we can make some money and they started and they got on private hands, most of it. So now you have the people that was in the Soviet Union. It was everything was equal. Yeah, everyone was the same. But when the Soviet Union was history, then it was the people. Some people get rich and very rich, and the people that have no money they get lesser and lesser. So the difference between the rich people and the poor people is very very big. But also we like Norwegian we don't understand how come Putin is still is the president, because doesn't the Russian people see that what he is doing now in Ukraine and everything? That means most of the European countries they don't want to make any deals with Russia. Then the Russian economy is fall down, and that means the normal Russian man is got poorer and poorer. It's no in the stores. We can see in Norwegian news they got lesser and lesser to buy in the stores from several kinds of foods, and doesn't the Russian people see what's happening? Wouldn't it be better to change Putin with someone else? Yeah, well, during my time in Murmansk for delivering fish, I got a lot of friends, still friends over there, and well, I'm not sure if I can say it, but I can say it, but I'm not sure you can take it back to Russia, because I saw on Norwegian television, Channel 2, yesterday, I saw it was a documentary movie called How Come Adolf Hitler to make a president in Germany, and it was really interesting. And it's maybe it's tough to say it, but from my side of the border, I'm in Norway, just things like that is happening in Russia. Like, no, not the same, but why didn't the German people recognize in the late 30s what kind of person this Hitler was? So it's kind of very interesting to look how could he be so powerful? Why didn't the German people say stop? Because he was using violence and make pressure to the German people. Listen to what I'm saying and do what I'm saying, or I shoot you. So, I'm not saying the same thing happening in Russia, but it's like I said for a few minutes ago, is the poor people are going to get more and poorer and poorer. Why don't they rise up and say, stop it, try to do something else, because this is going the wrong way. I also saw there was a big discussion in the Ukrainian parliament yesterday, because they're going to get the eastern part of Ukraine is going to get more self control of their areas close to the Russian border, and then there was a lot of they were fighting in the parliament, and because they were afraid, because if this is a pro-Russian people in this part of Ukraine, if they get them more control of their areas, that means give Putin more control over the Ukrainian country. That was some of the people meant in Ukraine. From the way I see it, is because everything I'm not sure everything, but I believe, I, try, I want to believe that everything that's happening in NATO, most of it is. It's everyone knows it. If I want to know a thing about it, I can just go wherever and read what they're doing. But when Putin does something, we just see the big warships, submarines, or big planes. Well, what's happening? And then NATO is reacting like this. Maybe that's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. That's because of what is. If Putin takes taking the Crim and what he's doing in Ukraine, and the next one is a NATO country, so it's to if we don't know what is Putin thinking, so no, NATO, I think NATO is just preparing for to okay, take Ukraine is not is that NATO? No, I'm not sure. So what the NATO is doing is preparing for. Things that none of us want to happen. But if Putin just coming closer and closer, and we come to the border to NATO, then we're going to stop him there. That's what NATO is thinking. There was when the NATO want to raise some to stop rockets. They want to build in Poland for 10 years ago. I don't. And then was I don't know who was the president in Russia. He says, "Why are you building that? We are not going to shoot rockets that way." And then that was the start of what the NATO was trying to build was something to shoot down the rockets. If it comes rockets from the east, you can shoot them down. That was what NATO was trying to build. And then the Russia says, "Why are you building that? We are not going to shoot any rockets." Like I said. If Russia want to come into Norway, we can stop them anyway. So it's not. The young people don't care. Because everyone is afraid of another war. I don't think no one will start another war because that's the end of the world. Just like Putin and Obama showing who's the strongest man. So. I don't think the young people is not. They're not concerned about it. They're not thinking about it every day. But when you see things on the news and reading newspapers, what's happening around, because then you get kind of you're just thinking about it. But it's no problem to fall asleep. We don't think so much on it. My daughter was trying to come into starting school in Murmansk. 7-8 years ago. She was trying to go into Murmansk or to the southern part of Spain. So she decided Spain. But first of all, I tell you, I've never been in an art contribution. I don't actually know, but it's in Norway you can do whatever you want. You will never have a problem with the government or authorities. Made a statue of the king, it's, if you want to, and also it's no problem. You can do whatever you want. So maybe it's a bigger problem in Russia, but I don't know. That's crazy people. They are like I believe it's all over the world. It's they believe in Satan. And you burn down all the churches. There's something wrong with their head. So there's not many of them. It's just crazy youngsters. That's I don't know why they're doing it. It's I don't. This is that's 15-20 years ago. There was a problem. I believe it's the same people. If you ask them, why do you do it? Why did you do it? Well, I think they say, I don't know. I just did it. People, it's crazy people all over the world. This Anders Behring Breivik. Then you see, if that was in Russia, I believe Putin put him in a big hole and never let him see daylight again. But in Norway, he's living like this in a nicer part. It's doors closed to, of course, in a prison. But you have no problem. He has a better house than you have in Russia. Yes, of course, because you have people that are coming from immigration, and they've been. Norway says we have no more room for immigration. You have to go back where you come from, and then you just kill a person in Norway, and then you have put in a Norwegian jail, and you still have it much more better if you had then send them back to Afghanistan or Syria or wherever they come from. That's a crazy Norwegian system. The problem in Norway is that we have it's I know it's not the right to say we have too many of them, but we have to if they are going to be Norwegian citizens, then they got the same rights as me, and I've paid my taxes in 40 years, and I've put money into the system. But then they come a 50-year-old guy from Syria, and he come here and they give a free driver license, free house. I have to earn money to make, and he also got the same rights to do this according to the social system. And when he gets 67, he goes he's too old to work. He got the same money as me. He never put one single dime into the system, but he still got the same out of it. So that's why a lot of Norwegians is against all this immigration, because it's too easy for foreigners to got the same social rights that I have. Some Norwegians think like that, but that's not the main problem. And then also we have a problem. Some will say there's no problem, but I mean it's a problem. There's all these Islamic people, because they want to have their own mosques and everything built all over into the cities, and they are complaining, why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? And then I mean, if you don't fit in our system, you are free to go back to where you come from. They are moving from their home country because they don't like the system in their home country, and they come here and they want to make the same system that where they come from. So if you don't like the Norwegian system, you're free to go back where you come from. It's poor people, and we feel sorry for them. They have war in their countries, and they are been killed by the government, and they have really big problems. You're free to come to us. You can join us. You can go in our schools. You can go in our church. You can do whatever you want. But if you don't fit in the system, if you don't like it, don't change it. Go back where you come from. Norway is a rich country, but anyway, it's of course if they come to Norway, they need money for living. Of course they do that, but don't make them millionaires at the first week. Will not happen in my time when we have oil enough as long as I'm living. I also do, because the oil price is now lesser than half than it was 1 year ago. So that makes big problems in the oil industry in Norway, because there are now all the supplies for the oil fields are laying down everything, because everything is now going very slow because they're earning too less money. So all the people that was looking for in the Barents Sea, especially, to find new oil fields, they are not looking for oil because it's too expensive. Because they are earning too little money from the oil fields to pay the bills. But that will change. My profession is I'm a fisherman, and I've been fishing in the Barents Sea for 30 years, and together with Russians many years, and also been fishing shrimps in the Russian part of the Barents Sea, and we have had a lot of fish that was delivered in Europe. That's is not registered anywhere, and that means that we are fishing too. Now it's much better than it was before. And there was mostly Russian big ships that was fishing in the Barents Sea and put the fish over to another ship and bring it to Europe. And this is what's the English name, irregulated. But that's much of it is now under control. So that means we have been able to rise the amount of fish in the sea. So we have our quotas for fishing now is we can live with it. So that's this cooperation we had with the Russian fishermen and the fishing authorities in Russia has been much better the last years, and I hope it will be much more, even better, because we are living from the same sea.